Hey y'all, hey. Welcome back to Thugging It Out. If you didn't know, Thugging It Out is a platform where we create a safe space to acknowledge, experience, and overcome real life issues in a positive and healthy way. Also, if you have not done so already, make sure you follow us on Instagram at underscore thugging it out underscore. So let's hop right in. Today's episode will be centered around growth. First, I want to say that growth is one of the hardest parts of life. And I'm sure y'all like, what? But I'm going to double down and say that growing is the hardest thing to do in life. Let me explain. Have y'all ever realized that it's extremely easy to repeat the same patterns and to keep the same traditions and follow the same footsteps and path that was laid out for us? Just think, how many of us cook, clean, or even act like our parents or whoever raised us without even truly thinking about it? We are creatures of habit, and it's just the norm to get in routines and to do the same thing over and over. Unfortunately, this is not good, healthy, or even feasible for us to live a successful and productive life if we keep embracing unhealthy patterns, toxic traditions, and stagnant relationships. That's why growing is so hard. In fact, when we do decide to grow or we decide that we're ready for more, we are hit with growing pains that hurt like hell. Some may know, some may not, but growing pains are simply when we discover or attempt new things and it becomes extremely uncomfortable and gives you the urge to revert back to your old weights and habits. Growing pains is something that I personally have been experiencing for the past 5 years and most recently started with my 12-year-old son. And yes, for the past 5 years. In these past 5 years, I moved out of my hometown. I went through a long distance relationships. I ended up having a baby. I ended up going through postpartum. I ended up having to find a new normal with my partner. I ended up going to school, graduating, and now I'm back in school. I ended up having another baby. I ended up getting married. I ended up going to two different corporate jobs. And yes, and even with my son, he's 12 years old now. So it's a lot of learning and relearning. It's a lot of trial and error, and it's a lot of adjusting. So that's why I say I've been going through growing pains for the past 5 years. And I know it's not going to stop because I am a person that is all about growth. And I know that I am going to consistently move forward. I'm going to consistently try something new. And I'm just going to consistently grow and elevate my life as well as my family's. So yes, going back, growing pains put me in therapy in a way, but also helped me learn more about myself and my strengths. That's why I can say that growing is hard, but most importantly, it is a choice. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and even double down on that one. That growing is hard, but it is a choice because we all got free will. We all are the determinant factor of how our life is going to be, how our life is going to go, and what we're going to be in life. And it's a choice. Have y'all not noticed that all the good and happy and successful and wealthy people, they work hard to get to where they at? And I'm not talking about the people that got the old money, because even people with old money, they still have to consistently try to do new things to keep their old money. But I'm speaking on the people that got it out the mud, the people that came from the trenches, and just the everyday folks like you and me. In order for us to not be where we're at now and for us to really have the best future for ourselves and for our family and for our kids and their kids, we have to grow. We have to go through the hard stuff. And we have to really every day become better versions of ourselves. And that causes for us to grow. And with growth comes growing pains. So you have the power to decide how your life will play out, regardless of your childhood, your traumas, your current situation, your problems, even your financial situation. You have the choice to decide whether you grow or not. The choice is yours. The choice is easy. But the act of growing and elevating is what makes it hard. The good thing is that it's only hard at first. I mean, have y'all not noticed that when you get back in the gym, that first few days, that first week is the hardest? But once you consistently goes, it becomes easy for you because your body heals faster. You're able to do more and you're able to feel better and you feel more of the good versus the pain that comes with it. That's all growth. Growth in any aspect of your life if you think about it. And most know that it takes about 3 weeks to form a habit, good or bad. So, yes, the first 3 weeks are always, regardless of what you're doing or who you may be or what you might be trying to do, the first 3 weeks are going to be hellish. They're going to be uncomfortable. They're going to be unfavorable. But after that, it becomes second nature. And what was difficult becomes easy. It's just like like a breakup or you going to the gym, like I just said, or even with you just making tiny lifestyle changes. It's all hard in the beginning. It's about getting over the hump. But getting over the hump, even though it might be the hardest part, it's what teaches you. It's what makes the journey worthwhile. It's what really makes the other side worth it. The hard part. It's like going on a hike, going up the mountain. Going up is always the hardest. It's actually once you get over the hump and going back down was makes it the easiest. And that's really what makes it the worst. I mean, not the worst, the best. Because it's just like, when we kids at the playground, going up the slide, walking up the stairs, doing anything, going up is always the easiest. But getting to the other side, you enjoyed the ride down, but before you know it, you right back where you started, and it's causing you to take the journey back up. Do the same thing all over again. So that brings me to these questions. Are you ready to evolve or are you ready to devolve? Are you ready to elevate or are you ready to be stagnant or lower than where you were before? And I say that because in today's society, regardless if you decide to grow, if you decide to do more, if you decide to change, time don't ever stop. This world is forever going to continue to change. It's going to continue to be moving in the pace that it's supposed to be moving. It's up to you to keep up, or you could just stay where you at and just let time and people and the world itself leave you where you at. So, yes, these simple questions is what separates us from having a good or a bad life. And I know y'all might not want to hear it, but staying the same is truly not a choice anymore. Without growth, we are more prone to live a terrible life with no purpose, no pleasure, and just pain. Believe it or not, we are worth more than a bare minimum, and a little hard work never hurt anyone. I mean, it really doesn't hurt. We only hurt ourselves. And that's something that I'm continuously learning, and I'm continuously teaching my 12-year-old. And I think all of us that are consistently moving towards something, we know it the best. That the hard work is hard. Yeah, it's unfavorable. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's hell. But what makes it work more is that at the end of the day, at the end of it, we're better than where we were. We're further down. We're further down the line. We're above the curve, and we're just more happier. So today is the day that we all must change. Embrace the change. Prepare for the growing pains. Endure the storm, but look forward to the rainbow. Also, today, I challenge everyone to decide on a change or area to grow in. It could be mentally, like reading 10 minutes a day, smiling more to stop cursing, picking up more shifts, giving more, working out, almost anything. Mine is to elevate my vocabulary and to eliminate cursing. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I curse like a sailor. It's something that in my family is just the norm. Like my grandma, she would definitely eat everybody up and have y'all hurting feelings. But the woman I am today, I'm truly know that I don't want that to be my daughter's future. I don't want to be the one with the potty mouth and have my daughter with the potty mouth. I want to be a little more softer. I really want to have a better vocabulary, and I really want to just be able to communicate without foul language. Not saying that, anything bad about my grandmother, but I know moving forward, it's all about growth. So I'm truly trying to stop cursing, and I want to learn, just other ways to really just express myself. So let's try together. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be uncomfortable, especially if I get upset. I'm really going to have to take a moment to really decide how I'm going to express myself. But I know for certain that it's possible. Once I get past the first few days and the weeks, and next thing you know, it would just be second nature for me. So that's why I challenge you guys that today. And that brings us to the end of our episode. Remember to be grateful, be blessed, be thankful, but most importantly, keep thugging it out. Peace.